Basketball.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The Insight NBA team is in the arena, bringing you the ultimate play-by-play on who's hot and who's not to help you win your leagues and dominate your mates. You're now hooping with your hosts, Matty G, Skiddy, and Mally for the Insight NBA show.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Insight NBA show. I am your host this morning or this evening or whatever the hell you're watching around the world, Skiddy IFS, where you can find me on Twitter and everywhere and allwhere. Who cares? Just search up Skiddy IFS and you'll be able to find me there and ask any questions that you like. This morning, we'll be running through the weekends and what ads that you can make or what drops that you can make to help win your leagues this week. Because we've got a pretty good big game slate today. We've got 13 games on today, 4 games on tomorrow, and then 11 to finish the week off. So a lot of moves that can be made, a lot of injuries that we can be made to go through. And, a lot of good times that we can have as well. So let's get crack-a-lacking into it, ladies and gentlemen. And, if you have any questions that you like to go through in the chat, I'll be happy to answer them in the best way that I can. More than happy to. Either, if it's fantasy-related or just a little question, whatever. I am easy peasy. First of all, what I'd like to go into is the schedule for the remaining games this week. As I said, we have 13 games on today, so a really, really good slate of NBA games. Bulls, the Spurs, the Raptors, the Jazz, all are the only teams that do not play. Tomorrow, we do have that 4-game Saturday, and they're the ones that we want to try and target right now, where we look at the back-to-backs that are happening for the next 2 days. We have today and tomorrow, the Hawks, Nets, Cavs, Clippers. These are the 4 teams that do have the back-to-back going on today and tomorrow. And then the Saturday, Sunday back-to-back, we have one team, as you can see here, Toronto Raptors. They are the only team that have that Saturday, Sunday back-to-back. So we can target a couple of players here where we look at and that we can attack for the back-to-back, and also that are helping due to injury. As I said, the Hawks are on a back-to-back. So as we can see here, Ricochet, after an absolute banger of a game last time out, he is definitely an ad that is for certain. DeAndre Hunter is still a little bit away. So Ricochet should be on most rosters. And I think he would be on most rosters at the moment, considering he's the number 1 overall pick. But each their own, that's all right. Karis LeVert is now back for the Cavs. He had another great game, another great three-point shooting game as well. He's a good source of assists. The only thing I will say about LeVert is, yes, he's most likely playing today against Golden State, but I don't think he will play against Brooklyn on the back-to-back injury management-wise. We have the injury to Tyrese Maxey now. Hamstring. They've said 2 weeks reevaluation. I'm thinking that is going to go closer towards a month, just because I think they're going to be a bit precautionary with Tyrese Maxey. They don't want to overrush him back. I can't see a world where they're going to want to do that. G'day, Brano, you absolute legend. And I think we're going to, it's going to be pushed out a little bit more. So I think Kyle Lowry is the guy here. Kyle Lowry, he can be a good source of assists. He doesn't overshoot, so the usage ain't high. But until Embiid's back, we can definitely roster Tyrese Maxey and see where it goes. Oubre is the other one. He's going to shoot a lot. There is a good chance that he could go 4 of 16 and kill your percentages, or he could go, a solid 7 of 11, and you're happy with that, and he gets a couple of steals along with it, a couple of threes. Cool. And then you'd be bloody happy with Oubre. But I think Oubre and Maxey are the main guys there. I don't think this does anything to Martin. I wouldn't be going McCain just yet. I feel like there's a lot of chances where he could really hurt your percentages worse than Oubre, and that is saying something. Yes, Oubre does get a bit of a nod because he is hot. So I would agree. I hope everyone would agree with me on that, because that is pretty bloody obvious. Also, too, what's pretty obvious is you guys should be using the standard squeeze. How good is this? 4-in-1s, coffee, you beauty. Absolutely love them. They are our day ones. They are superstars. Another couple of pickups that I like for the back-to-back guys is Chris Dunn in Orlando, in Los Angeles for the Clippers. Chris Dunn's a good source of steals, so he's a good streamer for this back-to-back if you want to have a crack on Chrissy Dunn. Yes, you could also go Batum, but I feel more confident in Dunn. Goga Batadze in Orlando with Wendell Carter out. He is definitely a drop. Don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. Just get rid of Carter Jr. I don't care when he comes back. He's still not that great. Batadze is definitely a rosterable guy until Carter comes back and he takes his minutes. Shaedon Sharpe is now back in Portland. Love a look at Shaedon Sharpe. Yes, there is a chance that he's going to hurt you percentage-wise. Yes, he doesn't get rebounds and assists very, very often, but his scoring ability is mwah, and we love that. So it may take him a little bit to ramp back up as well, but I would be grabbing Sharpe now before someone else does, and then you're sitting there, and there's games where he's getting 25 points, and you're just like, shit, how'd I miss that? But each their own. That's all right. And then we have the center dilemma in Detroit. I was talking to a mate about this, Stewart or Reed. And yes, I think Stewart is the pickup, but we have seen Stewart in a starting role for Detroit for the last couple of years, and it was woefully bad. He does look like he's a better passer now, and they are generating more of a hub. So that is a positive side for Stewart. But I think there is a chance where Stewart doesn't start and they keep him in that secondary role. Yes, he might have more minutes and they might start Reed. It just depends. I think this is the game where we don't. It may happen here in this game, but it's hard to check that against Atlanta because they play Capella, but then they don't play Capella a lot and they sometimes roll Jalen Johnson at the 5. He's a bit too quick and athletic for Isaiah Stewart. That is for certain. But Stewart obviously has got the body on him. So, yeah, this is a tough one, but it'll be definitely one to watch there. And then before I jump in to my last guy, which will be Scottie Pippen Jr., who has been fantastic. Jar is out today. Pippen Jr., even with Jar, has been generating a fantastic amount of assists. He is a bloody good player for the Grizzlies off the bench. I think he's another one. And then shout out to me boy, Corey Blackledge. He's loving Wells from Grizzlies as well. Mate, absolutely. Apparently LeBron is too. So hats off to Wells. He's been really, really nice in place of Bane. Bane is expected back. It could be, I think, start of next week, maybe. So only a couple of days away, a couple of games away there. So absolutely. And then Ian, our boy from AFL, Skiddy, how do I donate for your moat to Movember? That is quality, brother. I appreciate you, mate. I got to get that shaven up, man. Hey, you remind me on that. I forgot we're in November. God damn. But yes, we will be funding something for Movember. Me and Brano will sort something out there for you, mate. And yeah, I'll get the beard trimmed off for you boys so we can do that. Always support Movember and what they do so beautifully for men's mental health. Yeah, absolutely love Movember. So I'll get that shaved off for you boys. Make sure that it is nicely trimmed up. And it's just a reply. Oh, shit. Get us into footy, and he is always a buy. Hopefully Horse isn't watching right now because he will be pissed. Corey already having Scottie Pippen Jr. Yeah, beautiful work, mate. Absolutely loving that. So one other thing that I wanted to bring up as well is the guys that are not very, very good coming in for the rest of this week. So as I said, most teams have 2 more games this week. But there are teams that only have 1 game this week. So these are the teams that we don't want to target when we are looking for waiver ads. There is the Utah Jazz. They only have 1 game against San Antonio. The Spurs only have 1 game against Utah. The Bulls only have 1 game against Atlanta. So I can get around a game there, but I wouldn't be grabbing these Io DeSumo, Jordan Clarkson type players anymore. They can piss off. I don't need them anymore. They're done. And the only other team that, yes, I have a back-to-back, which is the Brooklyn Nets, but this is why I don't like the ad of any of these players is because they play against Boston today and then they play against the Cavs tomorrow. So I just don't feel very confident in grabbing, Dorian Finney-Smith. Ben Simmons is obviously going to sit one of them. Yeah, I just can't really get around a pickup of any Brooklyn players coming into it. And Alberto, g'day, brother. How are you, mate? Love to see your name pop up in the chat, my man. Good to see you. And so, yeah, that's where we go there. Drop guys, as I said, Wendell Carter Jr. I'm not having a bar of that. I don't care when he comes back either. It's still going to be a bit of a ramp up. It's an ankle. So, yeah, that always is a bit of a worrying side, big man with ankle injuries. Jordan Hawkins is now out for 2 weeks with his back. That can go on to that could snowball a little bit as well for the Pelicans. Not good for Hawkins because he had a pretty good start for the year. He is now droppable. And Gary Trent Jr., after losing the starting spot to Andre Jackson Jr., which is about goddamn time that they did it, because my God, was Trent getting absolutely destroyed and he couldn't hit a shot. It was just one where I was just like, no. It is done. And Michael hits the nail on the head. BJ Boston is the man to add in New Orleans. He looks good with a little 1-2 with Zion Williamson. Like, there is a bit going on there for BJ. I'm on that with you, Michael. That is a great shout by you, mate. And Alberto, thoughts on Vassell coming back tomorrow? Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of a ramp-up period with him with the Spurs. I think it's a good time for him as well because they're starting Steph Castle, which is, he's just not there yet. But, he's got Chris Paul to learn off of, so that is absolutely fantastic. I think that Vassell, yes, you may have to endure 1 or 2 games, but he'll be back and he'll be bloody good. And I think having Chris Paul with him now is just so valuable for his upbringing and everything that he's going to be able to learn from him. Michael asks, is Drummond droppable? I wouldn't yet. I would not yet. Remember, we were grabbing Drummond because we know that he's a great source of rebounds off the bench. It doesn't matter that Embiid's coming back because Embiid's still going to be playing no back-to-backs, which he's already said. So Drummond, we knew this coming into the season. What we've had to start the year is all of Drummond, no Embiid, but we knew what we were getting from Drummond. The only time that Drummond is necessarily droppable is if he's getting under, 10, 15. He can still be good in 18 minutes. He can still get you 8 rebounds in that time on good field goal percentages, nothing else. But the rebounds is why you'll be having Drummond. I'd still be holding for now. We make that call when Embiid comes back if he's not getting enough minutes and he is frustrating you too much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get stuck into a bit of how we're going to be looking into the games coming out this week. And I need to figure out how to do the goddamn switchovers here. So bear with me while I do that. I am still getting this shit sorted. So there we go. Lineups now on the screen. I hope. Goodness gracious me. I need Big Horse or Gee Whiz for this shit. I am not made for this. I'll tell you that much, ladies and gentlemen. But that's all right. That's why we figure this out. Ian wants to know, is Trae Young a buy? Mate, I'll tell you what, that field goal percentage is absolute dog shit. And I'm starting to second guess myself there. Ooh, dropping Drummond for Ricochet though. Yeah, Michael. Yeah. I can get around that. That is one where you go, yeah. Ricochet until Hunter comes back. Definitely, because some of the stuff that he is going to be able to do is just is more than we thought. Yes, he's going to have some days where he's bad, but that's fine. We'll run into that stuff we'll run into that when it comes into that. So that's all right. First game today, Atlanta, Detroit in Detroit. Ian, LeBron is not droppable. No, he's fine. Don't you worry about that. And Trae Young is also not droppable either, but I would be buying him at the shallow price. Hopefully he can pick up, because today is the day where Trae Young should be able to bring his field goal percentage back up and be able to bring himself back into good graces. Against Detroit, Atlanta will still have no Bogdanovich, Bufkin, Hunter, Krejci, Lundy, Zeller. For Detroit, Dylan Doolan is now confirmed out. We all knew that though, but Detroit were just doing Detroit things. Clipman still no, and Asar Thompson's still not in. So Isaiah Stewart appears to be in the starting lineup, but we are not 100% on that. It could still be Reed. Thank you, me. It could still be Reed, so we'll wait and see on that. For Atlanta, Dyson Daniels is going to be hounding Cade Cunningham all game this game. Ricochet, Johnson, Capella could see if his minutes come up, but I think that there's just, it'll be a watch here, especially what happens with Reed and Stewart. And pickups wise in this game, if Ricochet is still on your wire, you're picking him up. If Dyson Daniels is still on your wire, because people still didn't believe that he is going to be top 100, you pick up Dyson Daniels because his steals have been mwah. Yes, his shooting is rough, but that's all right. The steals alone are paying dividends for him. And if I had to pick one here, I'm going to go Detroit to win against Atlanta there. Pelicans, Orlando. In Orlando, for the Pelicans, Zion is game time. Hawkins is now out, as we said. Jones, McCollums, Murphy, and Murray are still out. And I loved it. I love it. No, God fucking no. He is our goat. Orlando, we have Pankero still out. Carter is out. So Bataze will start again. Mo Wagner will get an increase. Bataze looked fantastic last game out. He looked like he was really good with Franz Wagner. I'm still not 100% convinced on De Silva yet either, but I don't hate it as a bit of a swing. You can have a crack there. But yeah, Brandon Boston Jr. though is the one, as Michael said before, with Hawkins being out. He looks like he's going all right. Jose Alvarado had a great game last time out against the Cavs. He did shoot 8 of 8 from the 3-point line at 70% field goal percent, but still, Alvarado is definitely a guy that you can definitely grab there. Boston, I think, is the main one there. Eves Missy is also a guy that you can pick up until these guys up, because these guys here are still a while away. So we've still got a bit until Hawkins, Jones, McCollum, Murphy, and Murray come back. Give me, I don't even feel comfortable with any of those. I don't even know how Orlando are -6. They must be feeling Zion's out. So just give me the unders in that game. My God. Not much scoring in that. Indiana versus Charlotte. Indy have Nemhard as a game time. Looks like he'll play. McCollum game time. Neesmith is confirmed out, so Matherin will continue to start. Matherin is definitely a guy that we can roster. Points-wise, 11 rebounds last time out as well. Fantastic. For Charlotte, Brandon Miller is game time. Grant Williams is game time. Miles Bridges is out. Nick Richards, Mark Williams also out there. Taj Gibson, no goddamn chance of we picking up Taj Gibson. Don't even think about it. I'm not having a bar of that. Miles Turner overs for certain in this game. That's what I'm loving. There's going to be a lot of ball pressure on the rim for Indiana. They're the guys that I like there. I think Indiana win this pretty comfortably. I need Halliburton to step back up because he's been shithouse to start the year. But this is the game to turn around. LaMelo Ball's been on fire, so let's hope that can keep up for LaMelo Ball and the Hornets. Next game, Brooklyn versus the Boston Celtics. Now, here we go. I think Boston are going to kill them. And this is why I am not loving a pickup of a Nets player, even though it's on a back-to-back, because Boston could honestly get out to a very, very quick lead here and then put the foot over their throats and take the absolute piss out of them. Jason Tatum could eat if he wants to eat, because there's no one stopping him on this Brooklyn Nets team to get to the rim. Claxton still can't jump yet. Finney Smith is undersized, even to Tatum, which is unbelievable to say. But one thing that I will say is, as good as the Boston Celtics are, they're very, very poor at stopping point guards from scoring. So Schroeder and Thomas, there's eyes on them where they can actually score pretty well, because White and Holiday, they do defend bigs well, and they can switch through all of them. But Boston are giving up, I think, the most or second most points to guards this season, which is an unbelievable stat. But, Schroeder and Thomas can be guys that we can still hold. Cam Johnson, obviously, as well. I would love a good big game for Tatum. Tatum triple-double. I'd say double-double, points and rebounds. It just depends how quickly it's going to be a blowout in my eyes. I would be looking at Pritchard. And, guys, as well, if you want to jump in for these punting segments or whatnot, jump into our Discord, which is the link down below. Our Punters Club president, Kizza from AFL. It's under the AFL subsection, but the boys are still in there. Kizza and Tommy and myself are still cooking in there. We've had absolutely some rippy days punting-wise, and feel free to jump on in there. We still give it out. Kizza's doing absolute God's work by checking each and every betting agency. So we still do that. Don't you worry about that, lads. Corey is loving the turn of Mather in this game. Got both. Yeah, I am as well, mate. Absolutely. But for Boston, Cater, I mean, yeah, maybe. Honestly, you could, because Brooklyn give up the most points to centers, so there's a good chance. Oh, yeah, and Ian always doing the horse tips as well for the Saturdays. He has got my bank account looking every single Saturday and big horse racing day here in Australia. So get into his punters club down there as well. Cater can be a pickup. I think there's better options, but you can if you want. As I said, Tatum's the big boy there. The big game today is the 7-1 Golden State Warriors coming up against the 9-0 Cleveland Cavaliers. Can the Cavs get to 10-0? It'd be the first, I think, currently this is the first time in NBA history the Cavs have gone 9-0. First time that a new coach has gone 9-0 as well with a new team. So Kenny Atkinson got the boys moving real nice. Golden State, Draymond Green is game time. Melton is game time. Pajemski is game time. And then for the Cavs, Merrill and Wade are both game time. Wade is a big one there because he will start and be the one to play on Andrew Wiggins. There's not a lot here to stop Curry. I feel like Okoro is going to have to come off the bench early to try and stop Curry. And that's pretty much how it's going to be. But also on the other end, there's no one really to stop Mobley. Trace Jackson-Davis is undersized compared to Mobley. There's going to have to be a lot of body work to be able to stop the length that Mobley is able to provide there for the Cavs. I am just going to sit back and enjoy this game and just love it. And yeah, I think Curry could be the one where he has a fair good game. But yeah, this is going to be a bloody ripper to see, and I cannot wait for it. Pickup wise in this game though, Karis LeVert's the only one. It doesn't even matter if Dean Wade's playing or not. It's just LeVert does what LeVert does, being the main guy off the bench. Ty Jerome, maybe, but geez, there's a lot. These teams are both pretty deep, so that's why I like that one there. Move on to Phoenix versus Dallas, and yeah, I always love this matchup. There's always so much aggression between these teams, between Booker and Luka Doncic. So can't wait to watch this game. Phoenix is 7-1. They have Ryan Dunn is confirmed out. Beal is most likely to play. And then for the Dallas Mavericks, Exum, Lively, PJ Washington are out. Najee Marshall is definitely a pickup if you want to at the starting power forward slot. There's games where his usage is obviously going to be low, but he's going to do the PJ thing. Help on boards, corner threes, couple of assists, defend. That's pretty much what Najee Marshall is going to do. I like Phoenix in this game. I reckon Phoenix will match up quite nicely as well, especially without Lively and Washington. I just don't think that there's enough for Dallas to do, but obviously Luka is going to Luka, and no one's going to be able to stop Luka in this game because they never do. Going to be a great game to watch. I cannot wait to see it. Milwaukee versus the New York Knicks in New York. Milwaukee finally getting a second win for the season. Oh, my God. And they almost made it look difficult. They made it look really difficult yesterday in Milwaukee against the Jazz. Ian, yeah, I do like Luka Doncic for a triple-double, but I don't think it's going to be paying enough for me to be 100% certain on that. But still, obviously, and also, as you always say, Lockie Bramble responsibly. Shout out to my AFL boys. And he also, a little bit of a spoiler there, Bella Nipotina into Via Cecina to win 2-leg multi-pay $6. Oh, thank you very much, Ian. I'll be getting on that after I get rid of this stream, mate. Milwaukee, New York. In New York, surely New York have to be able to do this. Their problem at the moment is that they don't have any depth, and neither do the Bucks. So I feel like without Middleton, it's pretty straightforward. Surely this is New York's game to win, especially in front of their hometown, on Milwaukee's back-to-back. Yeah, interesting game here. I don't think there's any pickups. Gary Trent's definitely a drop. I can tell you that much for certain. Andre Jackson is okay for steals. He had 4 yesterday. So yeah, I mean, I'll have a crack at him on steals. I don't think he's going to be ultra reliable, but we'll wait and see how that goes. So you can, as I said, just don't think it's going to be over the top, we're locking him in. Houston, OKC, this is going to be another ripper. We have some really good games today, which I love to see. Houston 5-3, Thunder 7-1, now being defeated by the Denver Nuggets after Peyton Watson's late game heroic block. I mean, shout out to my boy Trent and Kizza. Sorry, boys. I know you wanted to be undefeated, but it's not for everyone, unfortunately. But that's all right. It happens. This is what it is. But I think the Thunder can bounce back nicely here. Steven Adams is game time for the Rockets. This Rockets rotation is doing my nut in, and I don't know. And I have Jabari Smith Jr., and he's probably been the one that is the best out of the rotation currently for Houston, because Tari Easton's getting minutes, Amen Thompson's getting minutes, Reece Shepard's getting a little bit here and there, Steven Adams gets a little bit here and there. They bring down Şengün's minutes, then he comes out the next game and has 4 steals and a block. Like, what the hell there? Fred VanVleet goes almost 100% on 10 shots. What the hell's going on? Green can go for 30. This team is so bloody hard to do. And then the only certainty that we have about this team is that Dylan Brooks is going to get fouled out in 20 minutes. So I don't know what's going on here, but it's hard to know. The depth for them, though, is unbelievably good. So fair enough there. OKC, Hartenstein's out. Williams is out, and J Will is out as well. Not the good J Dub Williams. He's still good. Shea, Wallace, Dort, Williams, Chet. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, look, Caruso's going to come off the bench, do what he does. Dort maybe, but I think there's better guys to be picking up today. Kimmy, my boy, Joseph, Bub Carrington, or Julian Champagny. I'll take Bub there, mate, until Kuzma comes back. Champagny, I think, is going to lose some minutes when Vassell comes back. Yes, he will still be in a good role until his minutes get completely ramped up. That is Vassell I'm talking about. But I still think I like Bub Carrington at the moment until Kuzma comes back, especially, mate. Reed Shepherd was so bad. Not for Houston as a franchise. Good, but in fantasy, yeah, not great. We always knew that Amen Thompson was ahead of him in the pecking order. It's just hard. Luca triple, Jason double, multi-paying. Oh, okay. I like that, Ian, my boy. You're doing absolute God's work for me right now because I have to keep doing all these other ones. OKC to win. There's no pickups in that game. I would definitely say there. Washington, Memphis. We do have some here. Bub Carrington, as Joseph said, I still like him. He's got Russell Westbrook light ability, so he's always on that triple double watch. He's going to learn. I still like his spot there. Even George can be a pickup. Keyshawn George until Kuzma's back. Yeah, he's okay for defensive stats, I guess. So it's not going to be sexy. He's not going to get you 20 points, but he can get you the other little bit stats that you need to be able to win your week. So I don't mind that there. For Memphis, Scottie Pippen Jr. is definitely the pickup. Wells can be a pickup. Aldama can be a pickup for today with Bain, J.J. Jackson, Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, Williams, and Spencer all out. And yeah, I think that the main one here is Pippen. He's going to be a good source of assists. Wells, maybe. Santi Aldama can do a little bit of everything. It's going to be an interesting game. We'll see if Zach Edey can get more than 18 goddamn minutes. And we'll just see how that goes. Surely he will with the lowered rotation. And 7-4, that big. I mean, Asar's not going to be able to top him, but geez, Asar's been playing pretty well defensively to start this year too. So, and we'll see how defensive player of the year Jordan Poole's going to be doing today. See if he can keep up his 2.7 steals and 1.8 blocks, 1.2 blocks. Sorry, he's been unbelievable to start the year. I've got no idea. Memphis at 7.5. Oh, Jesus. I'll have to get the boys onto that one to have a look at what I like in that game. That's a tough game, but you'd say Memphis, but you never know. Washington can pull their fingers out. Miami, Denver. We've got a finals rematch from when Denver won the chip, which is what we like to see here in Denver. Homie Jaquez Jr., he's a game time. Kevin Love is out. Jovic can continue to be rostered. It's going to be iffy, but, it's still there around about. We need to see some step up from Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero. He's been really, really good. Bam's finally coming back a bit, but he was down for a while. Jimmy needs to step it up. He's been on our Pimp My Guys show, so hopefully he has a better game. And then for Denver, Jamal Murray could play. So we'll see how his concussion symptoms are coming out. Hopefully Jamal's able to get up for this one. Christian Bourne's been unbelievable. Peyton Watson's definitely a pickup. So we like both of those guys there for Denver. Westbrook, you could probably still roster just in case Murray doesn't get up for this one, but he has been down when Murray has been playing. He's obviously been fantastic since Murray's been out. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one, just like you'll have to wait and see for Portland, Minnesota while I get one of my 4-in-1s up me. Geez, still warm. How good is that? I will take Denver in this one, and I think Jokic is going to put in an absolute banger of a performance again. Portland, Minnesota, in Minnesota. And we have Minnesota on a back-to-back after they travel from Chicago back to Minnesota, which is always tough. So 12.5 is a lot. I actually don't mind Portland at the line here just because those traveling back-to-backs are a bitch, even though they are playing at home. I'll take Portland at the line here if it's 12.5. I like that there. Simons, Kamara, Avdia, Grant, and Ayton. And now that we do have Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, they have got a bit more of a scoring punch off the bench, Portland. So, yeah, there's a bit to be watching out for here in Portland. I would take the gamble on Shaden Sharp just early, just in case. So Sharp's definitely a guy that I would pick up there. And for Minnesota, no injuries, which is good to see for Minnesota. It's just same old as you would do. I wouldn't be grabbing Jaden McDaniels for this game as a waiver wire target. I think there are better guys to grab rather than Jaden McDaniels for one game against Portland. We go to the last two games of the day, the two Los Angeles games, where we have the Philadelphia injury sixes, where Paul George comes back now. Tyrese Maxey is now out for 2 weeks, as I said earlier. And Joel Embiid is looking to come back on Tuesday. So that is good that we have him confirmed to say that he will be back. Before that, he has been weak as piss by our merch. But Lowry, Oubre are the guys that I think are the pickups here for Philadelphia. It's just going to be a wait and see. Yeah. I think Maxey being out will just, he'll be getting most of the minutes to Kyle Lowry. So Kyle Lowry will pretty much just plug and play. McCain will probably get a bit more of the minutes. I'm just not super comfortable with how his percentages are going to look. Yeah, he may take a lot of shots, but I need to see that he is an undersized guard that's just not ready for NBA. The whole scheduling wise, it's going to be rough for McCain at certain parts of the early fantasy season, especially. Embiid coming back is obviously just going to take Drummond out, swap and charge there. So this will pretty much be the lineup when Embiid comes back, just swapping him for Drummond. Yeah, and then Oubre is the scoring punch there. We've got to say a big shout out and g'day to our boy Adam King. G'day, Kingy, you absolute legend. Watching from the back of the car. Well, mate, I hope you have a nice drive up this morning. Staying safe with the family. Love to hear that. And then for the Lakers, Hachimura's back. Jackson Hayes is, I don't know how he's playing. And then Anthony Davis. Hopefully he plays up for this game after the ankle injury. I thought he would have missed one more. Surprising there, but they desperately need him because that was a shocking performance last game out. LeBron had to do absolutely everything and having no help. And it's just how it is for the Lakers, really. Russell's struggling. He was on our Pimp My Guys show, so let's hope that he bounces back this week. God, I hope Anthony Davis comes up. I need him to finish off my week strong. I'm taking the Lakers here. Philly look awful. Yeah, and now without Maxey, they're going to look even worse. Yeah, Lakers, seven's pretty generous in fairness. And then for the Clippers versus the Sacramento Kings in our last game in Sacramento, hopefully Sac can light the beam tonight. For the Clippers, Bumba, Kawhi, PJ Tucker, all out. I don't even know why they're listing PJ Tucker still on the injury report, mate. He's done. Ian watching from the car wash while the car's getting done. Hell yeah, boy. That's what we like to say. G Whistle, my boy. Thank you, my boy. Need to start a podcast for the horse racing tips. Join me, Skiddy. Hell yeah, you do, bro. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. And Kingy, given his one, Carrington over Shag Pagme. He's got the chub for Bub, as we like to say as well. And as we always say, you trust the king. For the Clippers, I think there's a couple of guys that we can pick up as they're on the back-to-back. Chris Dunn is a guy for defensive stats that I always like. He just does a little bit of everything besides scoring, which is absolutely okay in my book. I love that for him. Norm Powell, if you don't have him, you obviously need to roster him. He's just been absolutely scoring at will when he needs to. Derek Jones Jr. is another one that you can get for defensive stats, rebounds. He's been looking pretty good with James Harden, in fairness. It's the same thing. You copy and paste with Luka to Harden, just as a lesser. But he could definitely be a guy for our back-to-back that we want to grab there for the Los Angeles Clippers. And they have Toronto tomorrow. So I really, really like Dunn. I think he's one of the best pickups that we can grab for these back-to-back, especially. But not if you need points. If you need points, look elsewhere because not for Dunn. And then for the Kings, we have Carter and Robinson out, which is who gives us stuff anyway. Keegan Murray, DeMar DeRozan, Herder, Fox, and Sabonis. This will be a good matchup for Sabonis coming up against Ivica Zubac. It is one of those ones where you just kind of go, what can he do here? Which would be can he get the triple-double? Can he get close to it? I like the other side of it, actually, where I like Zubac going up against that. Sabonis isn't overly great in defensive pick and roll. Harden and Zubac are bloody good at it. And I just don't think there's going to be any point of attack to be able to stop Zoo here. I think the Clippers can really attack pretty heavily with Zubac Harden here. I still like Sacramento to win this game. I'm just, I just think that they're going to be the 1-2. I don't think there's going to be much outside of it except for Norm Powell. And then there's going to be a lot of, I think Sacramento just get over the line here with just how well they are currently playing. Their just ability to win close games has been phenomenal so far this season. And I just think that's how that's going to go. But it's going to be a wait and see. Ian saying, need to get back to Melbourne, have a beer with you. Oh, absolutely, lad. Oh, yeah. When you come back down, let me know. You know that you're always more than welcome to have a beer with me because I love frothies. And G with the old chump and bub. Hell yeah, baby. Hashtag chump and bub. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the weekend heat check. That is right. I'm still getting used to this shit, all right, ladies and gentlemen. It's all right. But if you can, give us a follow. Give us a like on this stream. Yeah, follow Insight Fantasy Sports. I'm at Skiddy IFS. We got all these beautiful guys in the chat as well. You can get over at NBA G Wiz, live_my_fantasy for Mally, and then Kingy at FBI Basketball. We've got such a good group and community here. Absolutely love being a part of it. And also, too, good luck for you guys that are picking it up. And thank you for everyone that joined in the stream. I hope I was able to give some good insight to be able to help you win your leagues this week. And we just hope that there's hopefully you guys can get up and get about as well. If you want to join our Patreon or Discord, links are in the description, all that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for joining me this morning. And I hope you have a lovely weekend and have a good day on the NBA.